I'm obligated to pay this guy in a month or something like that. Can you model it?
Are you referring to any time besides the deadline? I mean, are you he's going to assume a global clock. It has to be there somehow.
Right.
Are you referring to any other time that wouldn't be accounted for by the global clock?
No, I mean the part of the is possible to specify deadlines right now in the model logic.
Yes, I incorporate time in this and that. I show you I'm modeling deadlines of an obligation. Okay. Actually, if you look at chapter 4, sorry, I need to mention here because I don't have it in the slide. If you look in I try to show it in Word file. Sorry, I will locate the area.
Yeah, don't worry about it. If we have
flow of time,
4.4.1. Right. Here, but here the way I represent time in Deontic specifically, so it's easier for you. Here the deadline comes. Maybe I move a little bit here. Here is the deadline. And I consider the deadline like an event. If this event happens, the formula here is written that X had an obligation to Y. In Y, that some Z do something. Z do some alpha before or at the same time an event theta happen under condition Y.
Now, but what I think is coming up here is that in your what you have is a combination of these Deontic expressions on Petri-nets.
Yeah.
And you're using the Petri-net for its relative time property.
Yes.
But if you have time embedded in the expression, the Petri-net has to know about that.
That's right. Yeah, I don't
right
consider
now,
that.
Right now you don't. You have them as kind of two separate things going on, and what happens. You know, it's like Las Vegas. What happens in the Deontic expression stays in the Deontic expression.
Right. The thing here.
I didn't understand.
That's not true. the time leaks out into the Petri-net.
Right.
The Petri-net has to know about the deadline. We lost Deborah on that one.
Okay.
Spend too much time in Vegas.
You didn't know you could get out of it Deontically, right?
Didn't know they had a little Deontic world there.
Currently, time is encapsulated in formula, in the logical formula, and I use Petri-net mainly for like graphical representations. Mainly, it's not about logical analysis of Petri.
But even with that, it might be some.
Yeah, maybe I consider.
No. But is that semantics already defined in whatever your book you mentioned the handbook with the deadline stuff like in the Deontic?
No, the Deontic deadline defined by some other research, for instance.
But it's defined, right?
Right, it's defined.
Okay, I see. Somebody did it.
Yeah, there is. They use dynamic logic.
Right.
And then they try to extend dynamic logic. So there's a dynamic Deontic logic.
Right.
Then there's a dynamic Deontic logic with deadlines.
Right. Okay.
So it's D.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I just want to, and since I didn't read that, I want to get just the background information because when you put all these. I did.
You gotta make sure it all fits together.
That's right. And if you put these things like a little things there, or explode.
Right.
Yeah, it's a very good point.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And if it's done by somebody else, and I don't want you to.
But
explain.
He has to clarify how it links in with the Petri-net.
Yes. Actually, if you look at the, I'm with a couple of minutes. If you look at the formalism developed in chapter 4, you will see like 80% is more on the logic side, and around 20% is a little bit to link the logic to Petri-net. Actually, in future research, I need to consider more to make the connection between the two in every notation, everything, rather than just the concept of transition. Here, Petri-net is mainly to represent the concept of transition, the change in certainty.
but this is easy to fix. I mean, we've modeled deadlines before in documents. It's not hard. Though we lose some of the formal verification part. But you're going to have a system clock. So there it is. Did you have more questions?
No, I asked enough.
We may have to have another round. Deborah? Any Las Vegas questions?
On slide 18.
Slide 18. Let me,
in your results, you're finding that all the control requirements stipulated by
in this case.
No, I'm going somewhere else. I asked that question already. We've done that. So you're using the ICC there as the expert.
Yes.
Where are you getting the domain knowledge? Is that also from the ICC documents or from somewhere else?
Yes,
yeah, that's a good one.
Yes, the domain knowledge is come from two sources. One of the source is the international law on contract, and it's wide standard area. If you deal in domestic law, it's rather different in country by country. But you deal with international law, it's wide standard because it needs to be standard in order for different traders to work together. And International Chamber of Commerce is an international organization that issue like the law for documentary credit procedure. Every country, every trader, in order to use the documentary procedure, most of them need to follow the rule and convention developed by International Chamber of Commerce. So in this case, this test case specifically, I use the domain knowledge provided by the International Chamber of Commerce. Actually, there are two famous documents. The one is they call the Uniform Custom and Practice for international, for documentary credit. They call it UCP 500.